Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, we're going to show you the actual price for $25,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 71-year-old male. Now, first thing you need to understand is you can go directly to our website, funeralfunds.com. And we've got these quoters on pretty much every page. Just click the state that you live in. We are licensed in all 50 states, by the way. Click the coverage amount. Put your birthday in here, the other information, click Get Quotes Now, and it will open up a separate page, and it will show you all the best insurance companies with all the lowest rates, and you can be a very educated consumer with that knowledge. You can also call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456, and talk with one of our agents, and they can help you out as well. So the first thing you need to ask yourself as a 71-year-old male is $25,000 going to be enough coverage for what I want done after I'm gone? Now, that would typically be a cremation or a burial. So cremation, the average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. That's if you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. The average cost of a cremation plus a ceremony is going to be probably between $3,500 to $4,500. So if you've got a $25,000 policy right now, you're in good shape. You can stop watching this video. But if you don't have insurance, keep watching. So we don't recommend over-insuring for these policies. And a lot of times people would say, well, I want to get like $25,000 because I want to leave some money behind for my kids. The challenge at age 71 is it's going to get a little bit more expensive. And most of the people we work with are on a fixed or limited income. And it just gets beyond their means. So we actually recommend you get the minimum insurance you really need to be safely insured and cover your final wishes. Instead of getting more insurance coverage to give to your family, we say just, hey, save the money on the premiums and spend it on your family while you're alive versus giving them insurance death benefits, when you're dead. So just be aware of that. Don't overinsure. It typically doesn't work out, especially if you're on a fixed or limited income. So for that cremation, we would typically recommend when you come home in a cardboard box or an urn, probably $5,000 to $7,000 worth of insurance. And if you're going to have that ceremony and cremation, probably $7,000 to $10,000. That should be just fine. That's going to inflation proof you for many years to come, and you won't be overpaying. Now, if you're going to be buried, the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is right around $10,000. So if you walk into a funeral home with a $10,000 check, chances are they're going to help you out with that. It won't be anything fancy, trust me, but we can't imagine them just letting that check walk out the door to one of their competitors down the road. Just understand, again, it's not going to be fancy, but we would typically recommend for a 71-year-old, probably look between, $10,000, $15,000, and $20,000. So if you've got the financial means to do $25,000, go for it. You can certainly do that. But again, most people we help are on a fixed or limited income. So if all you could afford was $10,000, get $10,000 right now. We can always help you add more coverage later. Not an issue at all. But if you don't have anything, your family's just going to be stuck paying for everything. And that's just a terrible situation for them. So the other thing we recommend is first aid coverage or benefits. And that's the only thing we help people with here at Funeral Funds of America. We do not recommend the 2-year waiting period plans because they're not going to pay out anything in the first 2 years for a health or medical related cause of death. Now, some people would say, I like the first aid coverage. I want the first aid coverage, but I hear they ask health questions and I'm not in the best of health. To which we say, hey, that's our problem. That's not your problem. We work with enough different insurance companies that they've all got different underwriting requirements. And we've got a 95% approval rate for first aid coverage or benefits. So we're terrific at what we do. The only reason you wouldn't qualify for first aid coverage is if you had some really significant health issues going on. Like you had a terminal illness and you were going to pass away in the next 12 months, or you had dementia, or you were on dialysis, or you were in a hospital or a nursing home. So if that were the case, we'd probably refer you out to a different insurance company. The other thing that can happen is, it seems like every week we get a phone call from somebody that says, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week. They didn't have insurance. We don't have any money. Their body's down at the funeral home. The funeral director's not going to do anything without a check in his hand. So we need to get this insurance really quick so that we can get a check in our hand to get to the funeral director. And we have to let them know that there's no life insurance company in the United States that's going to issue a policy or approve a dead person for coverage. It does not work out that way. And it's really sad that the person who passed away, they knew they were going to die. You know, they just didn't take care of this. They put it off until they died unexpectedly. And now their family's burdened, both financially and emotionally, because they're trying to figure out where to get the dollars from. And what an emotional toll that's taking. And, you know, don't be that person. Don't be that person to put your family in that situation when you know you're going to pass away. This insurance is affordable. You can do it. Just get the insurance. Don't burden your family with something that you should have taken care of a long time ago. So do the right thing. Do the right thing. Don't be that person. Now, we don't recommend the 2-year waiting period plans. And Colonial Penn's probably one of the better known ones, I think, just because they seem to like advertise on TV all the time. I think their commercials are on like every 7 minutes. But a lot of 71-year-old males would look at that, their $9.95 plan, and be really excited. And just, I want you to keep in mind, their $9.95 plan has a 2-year waiting period. So one thing we don't recommend is the 2-year waiting period plans. In Colonial Penn, their $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period. And there's other companies out there too, like Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha, AIG, Gerber. There's other companies too that's the only thing they sell is a 2-year waiting period policy. And some of these companies have done an amazing job at convincing the American public over age 50 that if you're over 50, the only thing you qualify for is a plan with a 2-year waiting period. To which we go, ha, 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 ha. Nothing could be further from the truth, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. So don't fall for the marketing. It's there's a lot of TV stuff and marketing and stuff that is totally inaccurate or misrepresented, or has a lot of fine print on it. So be very careful. Now, the other thing is, a lot of 71-year-old males would watch that Colonial Penn commercial and go, oh my God, I am so smart for waiting so long. For $9.95, I'm probably going to get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe even $50,000 worth of insurance. And then they talk with a Colonial Penn agent, or they check their website online, like what we're doing. Male, age 71, for $9.95. One unit is $657 worth of coverage. Now, $657 is not even going to pay for a cremation anywhere that we know of. So, and it doesn't really matter, because it's got a 2-year waiting period. It wouldn't pay out in the first 2 years anyway for any health or medical related cause of death. And we know that $657 right now is going to be worth less in 2 years due to inflation. So just be very cautious in what you believe on TV and other commercials, in print, what shows up in your mail. The challenge with Colonial Penn as you get older, like a male age 71, is they're going to max out at 15 units, and that is $9,855. So a 71-year-old male can't even get $10,000 worth of coverage, and that's $149. But let's take a look at what $25,000 would be anyway. $25,000 for a male age 71. And let's click. And again, this is $150 for $10,000, and this is going to be $179 for $25,000. So price-wise, it's fairly close to what Colonial Penn has for not even $10,000. So, why would you overpay? What we've seen is Colonial Penn's typically right around 200% more expensive than the lowest price company, and they will give you the privilege of overpaying on that policy for the rest of your life, and you'll have that 2-year waiting period too. So we just don't recommend it. Get first day coverage, save the money. Instead of giving extra money to an insurance company, keep it in your own pocket and spend that on your family. Let's find maybe one other company here or something too. 2 companies maybe. Okay, so Lincoln Heritage here, they're a fine company, I guess. I mean, their pricing's quite a bit higher. Level coverage, first day. But their pricing's higher because they've got a program that when you pass away, they'll like call 2-3 different places, maybe do a couple of things to like try to get the lowest pricing for your family, whatever. But you pay for that, and it's not free. It's a higher price. So it's $234 minus $179. So that's like right around $55 more a month that you're overpaying. That's $660 a year. After 10 years, that would be $6,600 a year, roughly. Just rough numbers here, folks. But think about that. After 10 years, if you pass away, do you think it would be worth it to you to overpay a company by around $6,600? Again, $6,600 to make a few phone calls and do a couple of other things, which would seemingly only take about an hour to do. Boy, that's a pretty good payday. So we don't recommend that. We actually provide free of charge a funeral and estate planning guide, and you can fill that out in advance, keep it with your insurance policy, but you can say who gets what goes where, and exactly what you want to happen after you pass away. And then that way, your family's protected both financially with the insurance policy, but also emotionally with the funeral and estate planning guide, because all they've got to do is open it up and read exactly what you want done after you're gone. And they just have to execute those wishes, and they'll know that they're doing everything exactly the way you wanted it. They will be able to honor you that way. And what a loving gift that you can do for your family when you take care of this in advance, so that they don't have to worry about it and they know they're doing exactly what you wanted done. What a wonderful legacy to live. So we offer that free of charge. But you got to watch other companies too, like Lumico here, Level Coverage. You know, they're more expensive too, 204 versus 179, 204. I mean, it's roughly $25 more a month. That's $300 more a year. You're going to overpay $3,000 roughly after 10 years. Why would you spend more money than you have to? Keep that money in your own pockets. Don't give it to insurance companies by overpaying. So again, go to our quoter and use that for free. You can call our toll-free number, 888-862-9456. Talk with one of our agents. And if you got an existing policy and you just want to price shop it, make sure you're getting the best deal, we can help. If you want to add more coverage to your existing policy, we can help. And if you're looking for a brand new policy, we can help. And if you just want some information or facts or tips, we can help you out there too. So we look forward to helping you out with this. We can't wait to talk with you at some point in the future. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.